Well, Danny, I'd like to get started. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Now, why is film your profession or your desired profession?
I don't know. I can't answer that. I've always wanted to make films. I don't really remember not wanting to.
Well, what drives you forward? Why do you want to share this art with the world?
I think I, hard. That's a good question. I guess it has to do with my relationship with films, as a kid especially. I think I was a very lonely kid, and I think I had a relationship, relationship with films. When a film truly and deeply expresses whatever the director wants to express, and it's honest and it's truthful to whatever emotion or thought, there's a type of understanding between the audience and the director that they're a full human being. Like when you watch her and then you watch an interview with Spike Jonze, you feel that in him. Like it's appropriate. It makes sense. It's just like this. You can see it when he talks that her is this like expression of himself as deeply, as truly as he possibly could. And I think that is why I want to make film, I guess. Or what I aspire to. I don't know if it's why I want to, but it's what I aspire to be.
What was it like in the SUNY Purchase film program? I mean, was it challenging? Was it fun? I mean, did you learn or grow? You spent a whole year here.
It was challenging. I don't know. I'm conflicted about the entire experience. I'm happy I met the people that I met and made the relationships that I did. I think those relationships are very important to me. But I felt distracted. I felt apathetic. I didn't feel like I was fulfilling my potential. I just didn't feel like I was focusing on my work in the slightest. And I didn't think I was trying. I constantly felt like I was doing things last minute or doing things without passion and just trying to get the work done for the sake of getting it done. I was never apathetic towards film. It was just the program. It was really bizarre. It was almost like a gradual, like numbing sensation that was accumulating over the semesters. I wasn't motivated to give my all in the program. And so I don't think it could have been, Stanley Kubrick could have been my teacher, and if I just had the same outlook I would have, the outcomes that would have been the same. The program, it is what you want it to be. It can be as rewarding or as fulfilling as you choose.
You've had a lot of time to mull this over. It's been about a year. Tell me what you thought about your classmates.
I liked my classmates. I thought that... Yes, okay. I like my classmates. I do think that because of... I'm going to contradict myself from earlier, but because of the format of the class, people would often just repeat what the last person said because they wouldn't know what to say, and so they would end up... They would not want to say anything. They wouldn't want to look dumb. And so then a point that would be menial or niche would be repeated, and then it would make the person who made the work misled by how important the issue were, and I think the issue was. But I think otherwise, I liked a lot of my classmates. I think a lot of them made some really good work. I do think that the class can be a bit circle jerky, but other than that, I guess like ironically not a safe space for people to give contrary opinions.
Is this because of the hierarchy created through popularity?
Yeah, I suppose. But also just the climate of Purchase, but I guess you could say that that's popularity. I don't know if because popularity implies something a lot more focused than I think it is. I think just the entire campus of Purchase tends to lean towards a very similar outlook on things.
Are you referring to the liberal cloud of belief that shadows Purchase?
Yes, liberal, but also...
How did these views contribute to the class experience and your classmates' opinions on both you and each other?
Well, I think it limits what people can say or show or make. People have to filter their opinions or their beliefs or their statements through what potentially someone might presume is malice intention, or just a general disgust or repulsion through something that isn't their opinion.
Interesting. For example, if a video is shared and you personally found it to be dull or uninteresting, do you think the class would respond positively solely based on the popular character of those who made it?
I guess to an extent, like if you're friends with a person, you're not gonna like tear their script or film apart. But I never felt like people were wreaking praise to work that didn't deserve it because they were a popular person. I never felt that way.
Let's move on. Why did you leave the film program?
A few reasons. Mostly because I didn't feel like I was fulfilling my artistic potential. But I was also going through a lot of stuff at home that would need me to be in the city. But for the most part, it was just that I wanted to be in the city. It wasn't to be in a different school necessarily. Okay, I guess it was to be in a different school. It wasn't to be in Columbia specifically. It was just so that I can be in the city. It could have been Brooklyn College.
Why do you feel like you weren't reaching your potential here? That you felt that you had to go elsewhere to Columbia in order to fulfill this potential? Like, what makes you think there will be a difference based on where you are?
Because I was distracted. I was hanging out too often. I just felt like I needed time to be alone and to think and to focus.
Do you plan on sequestering yourself when you arrive at Columbia so you can focus more?
Yeah, absolutely.
Issues at home. How did this contribute to you leaving Purchase?
My father was gonna pass away, and so I needed to be home more often.
How is he currently doing?
He's okay.
How does that make you feel?
I'm okay.
How do you feel about how you left Purchase? Are you still comfortable with this decision?
Absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely, you were 100%
Yeah,
confident.
absolutely.
You were going to a new location, a new school. Are you confident about this location?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Because it didn't really matter what the school was to begin with, and I definitely miss the people here, and if there's any part of me that regrets it, it's that. But for the most part, I think, for myself, I think I made the right decision. Especially coming back and seeing people similarly to last year, like sort of rush their assignments or try to get it done before the deadline, or just sort of wing it or not try or whatever. Seeing that again with people another year, it was a quality that I've forgotten was sort of just a part of the program, and I don't think is necessarily anything wrong with putting pressure on its students, but I don't miss that the slightest. That feeling of getting something done so you can have something done.
Do you feel like that's the case here? That you are given a date and you just need to complete a generic assignment in order to, justify paying for classes?
I don't think I view it that cynically. Like I like when I hear about you guys' assignments, like the one shot, I think I got so excited when I heard about that. I think that sounds like so fucking. It's like one of the most like appreciated techniques in film, and to have an assignment surrounded by that, I think is really great. But despite that, I still saw a ton of people approaching it the same way. I remember some people approaching the Hello video, and I don't blame those people, because obviously they'll be very hypocritical of me. I just don't miss that. I don't see my presence as like a real consequence. Sure, I don't see myself as a legend, yeah.
If you were allowed to pick up exactly where you were, would you rejoin the program?
No, absolutely not. No, definitely not.
Now elaborate.
I don't regret my decision. I'm happy I'm going to school in the city. I'm happy that I can be alone. I get to be alone a lot more often, and I love that. I love being able to think and read, and I find that a lot more exciting. I find it a lot more enthralling. I think I can grow in a much more dynamic, interesting way than being here and potentially having that gradual numbing sensation that I had before.
Do you think this comes from the fact that the film program has less than 30 people, that we're a tight group?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that because Columbia won't have this, you'll be able to keep yourself somewhat segregated from people?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'll be able to. I'm not used to having close friends, and here I think I have several of the closest friends I've ever had, and I guess a part of me does not like that. Like over 50% of people in New York are like really lonely, despite it being one of the most densely populated cities in the world. It's like it being a densely populated, large college doesn't allow too many people to get too close, and I guess that's kind of what I want.
Plato said that love is a mental illness. And a quote also from the movie Visioneers, there's a quote that says, "In order to truly live, you must kill the thing that you love." Is that what you're doing here? Is that how you think you'll find your art? These movies, for example, Her and Schenectady, do you feel that you must isolate yourself to find who you really are?
I just think I'm trying to be myself. If I'm from the moment I wake up and the moment I go to bed, I'm constantly interacting with people. I don't develop. I don't change. I don't get time to process or reflect. I just feel myself withering, I guess. I don't see it as me finding myself. I see me being me as losing myself.
That's how you feel when you're at Purchase.
Yes.
But when you're on your own, like for example, I would like to ask, what have you been doing since currently you are not enrolled in a college? What has your day-to-day schedule been? How have you been being yourself? And by extension, what have you done with yourself?
I read. I don't know. I guess I just. This sounds really obnoxious, but I really do like learning quite a bit, and I spend a lot of my time trying to do that in some bizarre way. Well, a lot of my free time, I suppose, I should say. But just learning, I guess. That sounds really, I don't like that. I don't like that answer, but that's my answer.
All right, Danny Manaya,
Yes.
what does the future hold for you?
Like, as far as I know, the immediate future is to live at a monastery for about a month, and then finish that, and then go to Columbia, and major in film and philosophy.
And then?
Finish Columbia, make films at Columbia, meet people, right? All right. Then maybe go to graduate school. I'm not sure. It's hard to tell. I don't know how I'll feel at the end of 4 years. I can't predict that.
What happens when you're at Columbia and you find the potential for the same gravitation of people coming to you as you did here?
I don't think that'll be such a bad thing because I'll be able to go home. Whereas at Purchase, all your neighbors are all your friends. But I'll be able to go home and choose when I can and cannot be by myself.
If you could say or suggest anything to Purchase's class of 22, both professor and students alike, what would you say?
What would I say to the class of 2022? Drop out. Go to Columbia. Do it.
All 25 of us?
All 25. Drop out. Go to Columbia.
I think that's 26.
Well, I don't consider Aguilar a student. I love you, Daniel.
Go
What
to
about
Columbia?
professors? They can't really drop out.
Yeah, they can. Just go to Columbia.
Give me one final uplifting statement for the people at home.
Daniel Aguilar is very problematic, and it's not okay.